And we're live. Hi, everyone. I am so flippin' excited today to talk with Nedra. Nedra is going to share her story about how she basically went from a car accident and severe pain and trying several other things that I think is kind of our typical go-to to try. And sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. And then discovering Pilates at a beautiful surprise and coming what I feel like is a full circle moment in that Nedra did what Matt did as well and signed up for a Pilates teacher training. And so now a Pilates teacher training student and forever, I think we're forever students, right? Anyways, we're forever clients of someone somewhere. So we're continuously learning. But yeah, I invited Nedra in here because I wanted her to share her story because every time I hear her say it, I think, damn, more people need to know Nedra's story and need to know that there is so much more hope if you are living in chronic pain and you've maybe tried so many other things and haven't found that one thing. And my go-to is always if you have tried Pilates before and it wasn't absolutely the pivotal moment in your life of like, where the hell has this been my whole life, even though I've tried this before somewhere else. May I suggest a beautiful surprise? So, I'm going to let Nedra take it away here in just a moment, but just in case you don't know who I am or you haven't been following me for very long, my name is Chantel, and Pilates is one of the many things that I teach, but Pilates is definitely a staple at A Beautiful Surprise. And as we grow and we bring more people into the Pilates method, I will bring more people in just like Nedra to share her story, because as amazing as it is, it's also, I'm so grateful that it's pretty common. It's the norm here for you to come in and have the experience that you had. Do you think, Nedra?
Yeah, most definitely. My name's Nedra Meister, and I was in a car accident about a little over 2 years ago. And I was rear-ended. I was stopped and rear-ended. She was going 55, 60 miles an hour. And I was thrown across the freeway, spun. And when I had the accident, I thought, oh, I think I'm okay. And of course it sets in the next day and you realize I am not okay. And it led to 2 years of me going to do chiropractic. I did 2 epidural injections. I did chiropractic for a year and a half. And I would go, she would adjust me. She would adjust my hips, because literally from the neck down, from hips to back to neck, everything would hurt. So then she would adjust my hips and I'd feel better for a few days. And then I would start to stiffen up again, start to be in pain again. It was a lot of the pain was when I was sleeping. And it was like a long time of that. So then I felt like I really need to do something to where I do more for my body than what I've been doing, because it's not working. So I had one spinal doctor tell me I don't need surgery, kept on going with chiropractic, kept trying to see if I could sleep a different position, if I could try a different pillow, if I could try a different bed, if I could try just whatever I could in order to make myself comfortable. And I just couldn't. So then I went to a second spinal doctor just to double check, like, do I need surgery? Like, what should I do? Because I'm just still in pain and I don't know what else to do. And he said, I want you to go do Pilates. I'd done Pilates like on videos from YouTube on a mat, but I'd never had it like customized to me and what I needed. So I had never learned any of this. So when I went to A Beautiful Surprise, I talked to Chantel and I said, specifically what I had, of that I was having really bad neck pain, but it went all the way to my foundation, like to my hips and everything through my entire body, through my core. And she helped me to figure out, like, what can I do to make this better. And that's when my journey began. So
Yeah, the journey. I like that. Yeah, I
yeah,
think that, you touch on a couple of things where we're in pain and we have these common go-tos. Let me ask my surgeon, let me go to my chiropractor, let me get an epidural, let me do, right, whatever it might be. And um, let's do all those things if that's what's for you. And then also, I love bringing Pilates in there as, like you said, this is the beginning of the journey. And so
yep,
my goal in the Pilates world is to get more and more people to know about it so that it doesn't become an afterthought. So that, super grateful that all of the surgeons and the doctors, they are recommending Pilates. But can we get to the place where they don't even have to, where you're already doing this ahead of time? And that's the goal. And I think that you are such the prime example of that, because you came in, and I want to say within like 3 sessions, you can let me know if I'm remembering this wrong, maybe even on the first session, the pain not only started to go away, but was completely gone. And the thing that I remember the most is you said, I couldn't sleep on my back. I always had to sleep slanted, I think is what you said, right? I had
yes,
to find the position where I could sleep, which is, when we think about sleep is when we're the most vulnerable, when we're the most at rest, and probably the most important, it is the most important for our body to recoup from the day and be able to have, a vigorous day, I guess I should say, right? Or a vital day.
yeah.
And so, maybe if you want to speak into that a little bit more, when your surgeon suggested doing Pilates, what was your first thought? Like, I've already done that. I've done the videos. I've already tried that, or what might have gone through your head?
Well, I hadn't done it since I had been in the accident because I didn't think of it. I didn't personally, really. I was thinking, okay, I need to do chiropractic and these other things that my doctor is recommending in order to get feeling better. And I couldn't believe, like, when I did Pilates, it was before then, and I had just done a few videos, and I really just knew, knew of those things, and I hadn't gone to like a studio and done like all the things that you've done with me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that it's safe to say, like, maybe just as a blanketed statement, that it's a world of difference to do a workout not only on your own, but not with a teacher, not with a comprehensively certified teacher. And
Yeah.
right, and then there's just a world of difference. We can just kind of leave that there.
Yeah.
And then, just as my disclaimer to the chiropractic world, I see chiropractors. I absolutely love my adjustments.
Yeah.
But this conversation really is about when it doesn't work for you, when you're like, I think you said 2 days later, the adjustments would last maybe 2 days, and then you were right back into it, right? And
Yep.
so, I just wanted people to know also that you were there, you've been there, done that, and
Yeah.
come full circle, and that this is the commonality at a beautiful surprise, as well as where people come in and quite often have been going through all of the things like you have been in severe pain after an accident. And, so imagine if you're walking in feeling amazing. We just keep leveling up. There's always somewhere to level up.
Yeah.
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 Um, Total body pain. Also, I think that speaks a little bit more to where you said, I got into a car accident and I felt like, well, I think I'm okay. And there's a little misconception, I think, as well, to where the way that we perceive pain can take some time to be actually registered in the brain and then to sense it. And quite often it is not uncommon to feel it or to have it move somewhere else. Like you said, almost total body pain, right? So even though this was more of an upper neck injury, upper shoulder blade injury, that feeling it down into your hips, down into your legs as well.
Yeah, exactly. And it
Yeah.
seemed like when I would go and get adjusted and I would feel like I'm doing so well, it was when I would go to sleep, then the pressure of laying down or not having my pillow just right, it just consistently every night I would wake up the next morning so stiff, absolutely just drained, because I would never get a good night's rest because I was adjusting so often that I never really went into a deep sleep.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing for me, is that I was in such chronic pain that it was not debilitating, but it just wore me down. It was just to the point where I just really wanted to be happy again and be able to just go hiking, or we went on vacation and I had to walk a lot and my sciatic would pinch. And I would think before we go, I'm like, can I really walk like this many miles with my family and be active and do all these things and not have that, pinch or be uncomfortable. Or I was always worried of sleeping in a hotel bed because I always had to have my pillows, always had to have my specific things. Otherwise, I was dragging and I couldn't function the next day. And then our trip was not enjoyable because I was sitting there trying to make myself comfortable through the night. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
I heard that in your voice there where you're talking about, I just wanted to be happy again, right? Because it's exhausting when we live in chronic pain, and quite often we don't even realize that we're living in it. It becomes our status quo. And so we don't realize that how good we can actually feel. And so I asked you, the only question I asked you before we hopped on this live, Nedra, was, is there anything off topic, not allowed, right? And so because you said that and I felt that in your voice, I'm going to just mention it a little bit and you could be like, we're done talking about it. But I have to say that I think that's the biggest change that I saw in you from day one, where we met up front in the front lobby and we just sat on the chairs and we talked to each other. And I was like clicking away and entering everything into my computer. Your whole demeanor, your whole emotional state, the way that you held yourself, from that day to the Nedra that you see right now, it's a total change. It's such a 180. And that's the funnest part of my job, is getting to see Pilates changes bodies, but it changes you from the inside out, right? And so the emotional component. And so, yeah, I can
I could have
see.
grabbed the tissue before we started.
Yeah, I think that, we weren't planning on talking about this, but I think that brings up a whole other side of it is, you say doing Pilates is learning a way of moving your body really safely through space so that you can do real life. The byproduct is the amazing workout. The byproduct also is exactly what you're experiencing in Nedra's face right now, right? Is just feeling better, having,
Exactly.
yeah, like, go ahead, you speak on that.
So the one thing that, like, I love to be a mom and I love going to do things with my kids. And so just being active and going and doing anything that I want with them, then I just felt that I really want that. I really want to be able to just like have that energy and have just that go-to attitude like I did before, because it wore me down to where I didn't want to go do things. I was kind of like, oh, I'm good. And it changed me so much when I started doing Pilates, like from night to day. Like, you're so right about like my energy. Like, I seriously felt like this like little bouncing sunshine every time I'd come into Pilates. I was just so happy to be there, so happy to see everybody. And it just changed my life so much. Like, the first time that I was able to lay flat and sleep a good night's rest and woke up and not in pain, like, why wouldn't I want to share this? There has to be other women, other moms out there, or dads or men, right? Because yeah, but I just really want to share that because I've changed so much since just in the last few months, from being able to sleep flat to be able to totally get a good night's rest and wake up, and I like get up and I'm not like hinging myself out of bed going, oh, can I make it through the day? Like, I don't know if I can. I would have days like that. And now I wake up and I don't have that pain. It's just totally different.
Yeah, I think you're speaking directly into, it's so hard to quantify feelings and emotions.
Yes.
Other than, now I want to do stuff. Now I'm not down because I actually believe, I have faith in myself that I can do these things, and I won't hurt myself. I won't make myself even worse. I won't pay the consequence the next morning.
Yeah.
Right. And that's really what this is all about, truly, is being able to live life in such an elevated and even better way. And that's always my goal when someone comes in is, I just want to roll out of bed and feel good. I just want to feel like I'm not at gravity's mercy. And, in my head, I'm just thinking, oh, sister, right? or, oh man, or whatever, I got you. Like you're just, so yeah, I noticed that, and maybe we'll lead into talking about Pure Body teacher training, because when you walked in last weekend and you bounced in just like you did before, like you were talking about, and you were like, the party's here, right? I was like, yeah, this is who you really, now I see Nedra, right?
Yeah.
This is who you really are. So lovely, so fun, so ready to just engage and have that community around you, where compared to the first time that you came in, right? So coming, not only I'm in this, I'm making this commitment to myself, to my body, and then let me take it a step further and sign up for the teacher training program, which is Pure Body, that I'm a host studio. And let me understand the body more in depth, and let me understand truly what it was that changed my life. Yeah. Do you want to speak to that a little bit more? Yeah.
Yeah. So when I signed up, I wasn't for sure exactly of all that it would entail. I knew that it would be in depth, but I soon realized, like, oh my gosh, like I can customize this and help so many people, from like what I had, neck, back pain, hip pain, and learn so many different apparatuses, which is the different equipment that we use. I mean, you don't even need that. You just can use your mat. If that's all you have, then that's great. And I was so fascinated with the knowledge of you and of the other teachers, the instructors, because the amount of knowledge that I've learned from like the different things of what other people have, shoulder, knees, any of those kinds of things, like how I can customize it to them, which you customized it for me, and really help them to move in a safe way and start like beginning to like really feel their, out their body, and feel the, like, I don't know, that feeling where you're just like, oh, I can move. It's okay. I'm not like, because before I felt that I like, what's the word?
Maybe more like, go ahead, you say it.
I would protect myself. Like any time that anybody would hug me, my back, like between my shoulder blades, would hurt so bad that when anybody would hug me, I would like protect it. And I would protect so many things instead of like living life, like full on move, get out there, do my thing. I feel like I was kind of caged up.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be like that. So then the knowledge that I've gotten from strengthening my core, from stretching, from really working out those muscles, and really seeing that I can elongate my spine and get some room in there, and get some room in my hips where my hips hurt, and my neck, it has changed my life to where I'm not afraid to move now. Before I was scared to, like, if I fell, like now if I fell, I would just fall and get right back up, because my body is stronger, more flexible, and I'm not caged. Like, I don't feel like I'm protecting, everything.
Yeah.
So,
living freely, right?
Yeah.
I think, and I'll give PBTT a little extra plug there, just like you were saying, because, new to the Pilates world, new to Pilates teacher certifications, I know that you don't know this coming just into it fresh, but we do cover through Pure Body teacher training 35 of the most common contraindications. And so not only do we cover what they are, so if you think 35 of the most common, that's pretty vast. We include that in the first year of your teaching over 9 modules over 9 months. And so it is the most in-depth teacher training program I have ever come across in my 18 years of teaching. Not only do you learn what they are, so more than likely someone walking into your studio is going to have some kind of contraindication, going to need some type of modification, possibly regression for them, right? And so you learn then what that is and how to safely teach that person in order to get them ideally right to the full expression of the exercise. And by taking these steps, you can truly get them there and then beyond into the progression. And that's the whole idea. Let me look at the person as each individual person and not a blanketed kind of, one method, you do it or you don't kind of thing. And a lot of people don't know that coming in, but we do cover through Pure Body. I think that, and Heather Erdman might confirm this for me, but it's roughly 5 years of continuing education that's included in your first year. It's just part of the curriculum. I want to say it's like 18 years because I've definitely learned so much just going through Pure Body teacher training, So thank you for saying that. Something that came up for me also was you mentioned that the hugging. And so I don't know if you remember this, but you came in and I was getting ready to teach a class and you came up and hugged me. And it was like, thank you so much for like how I could, right? And everyone's like in class waiting, super normal though.
Yeah.
And so that was a little clicker for me that like you were able to do that, not be in pain and want to embrace that. So,
yeah. And it sounds kind of funny, but when I was in pain and just did not feel like myself, I kind of was more secluded. Well, not totally, because I'm still extrovert, but I still was just a little bit more like at home and not open. And so then when I began like feeling like more open to everybody and just like feeling more welcoming, it's just that I think I'm just personal, like that I'm just happier in general. And so then I'm just more like warm and just feel more comfortable in my own skin,
Yeah, for sure. I think we don't realize necessarily how much pain can change our emotions, which can then have an effect on our personality and how we perceive everything. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. Yep.
So maybe let's touch on one more thing here. Yeah. Okay. You mentioned it a while back when you're talking and you said, I had decided that I needed to do something different for my body. And so I think that is the one thing that, especially like you were talking about, moms in particular, where we get so busy, our kids are doing 1.5 billion activities, right? Plus, I know you're also a working mom outside of the home. And so just speak into that a little bit more about deciding to make that commitment for yourself, or maybe what even was it that you could maybe give a word of encouragement, let me say it, a word of encouragement for someone that is thinking, yeah, but, I am so jam-packed with my schedule. I don't know where I could possibly fit it in. I don't even see maybe the value in it. If you could speak into that a little bit more, maybe.
Okay. When I went to the second surgeon and he said to do Pilates, I had no idea actually where to start. I looked around to where I Googled to see, what studios or places were even available. And I called a few, and then I think I left you a message. I think that's what it happened. And then you called me back and we chatted. So Chantel is very genuine. She will truly listen to what is needed for your body, and she doesn't rush it. She really truly wants to help make sure that she knows inside and out, like what do I need to do to help you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah. And when I talked to you, I could feel that you truly listened. Like we really connected when we were on the phone. I felt like we were been friends for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And I could tell that you really wanted to know, like, what happened to you? What pain are you in? What specifically do you need? And then once I had spoken to you, then I could tell, like, I really can feel that this is where I need to be. So when I signed up and started, every mom we're so busy. It's just true. Right. But if you make the choice to do it, like you can come early in the mornings, you can fit it in whenever it's convenient. You can do it 8, 9 o'clock at night. You know, there's Zoom classes. We can, you know, teach over Zoom or whatever. But we love, you know, love for you to come over to the studio as well. And it's just, you just have to take that moment to really recognize in your health, in your body, of what you need. Because once you do, like, you can't wipe this smile off my face. Like, it just changed me. It just changed me so much. I just feel like so grateful, and I can tell that I'm on a new journey, a new path, and it's just exhilarating. It's just, I love it. Yeah, I'm just really grateful.
Thank you. Thanks you for sharing that. I think that
Yeah.
you hit it, right? You just decide.
You have to. You just have to get to the point where you're like, I'm done. I just want better.
Yeah. What I love to say is that Pilates also collapses time. So, you know, there's a famous, I think it's a Gandhi or a Buddha quote that says, I don't have any time to meditate today, so I better meditate for 3 hours instead. And I equate that to Pilates, where I don't have the time in my day, so I better take the time, because it will collapse what you're doing outside of it. It will collapse all of the aches and pains, all of the negative thought process as well, if I can go there. And, you know, truly give you a little bit more time back in your schedule. So this is the first thing that I hear from people that start Pilates. I started here eking in 2-3 times a week, really feeling like I'm sacrificing my schedule in order to do this. And now Pilates is my highlight. I move my other appointments around my scheduled classes. It becomes a 180. And so I think you hit it on. You just decide. You decide you're just as worthy as everything else that you're scheduling out and that you're carpooling for. And then the journey begins. So life unfolds.
It's
just
true.
Like
it's I'll be working, and I'll know, you know, what time I've scheduled Pilates at, and I'll literally be looking forward to when I can head out to go. That 1 hour for me has changed me as a mom, at home, just everywhere. It just has made it to where I'm happier and just grateful to be alive. It's just changed it. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. Let's end on that note. I'm just happy to be alive. This is doing Pilates, right?
It's true.
I'm going to run this banner one more time. And this was a direct quote from you, Nedra, right? Pilates has changed my life. It's changed my body and who I am as a person and more, right? So life. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and drop my link down into the comments so that if you're interested in getting started, you can feel that out. And then I'll see you get on my schedule just by filling out that link. So anything else you want to mention, Nedra? You want to comment, ask before we pop off of here?
I just hope that if you need a change, that you will reach out to Chantel, reach out to other studios to where you can learn and really be able to strengthen and stretch your body, because you'll love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's a big old like mic drop moment. So thank you so much. I adore you.
I adore you too.
And I know that so many other people are going to hear your message and go ahead and sign up, right? Whether it's with me or not, if you resonate with me, that's kind of what the whole purpose of this entire life is. So I'm gonna answer this question really quick right here. Do you know of any stretches to help with foot pain? Are there any Pilates techniques to help with it? Absolutely, James. We do Pilates barefoot, and everything resonates from the spine. The way that your foot is impacting the ground, whether you're sitting, whether you're walking, running, doing anything else, if you're working out, anything else you might be doing, comes from the bottom of the feet. So neurologically, right, it's changing the gait pattern, which is causing different muscle imbalances. So, you know, my blanketed statement right now is 100%. If you go to a Pilates studio and you work with a Pilates teacher, they are obsessed with feet. I am consistently adjusting pinky toes and all the other ones as well, because it's our foundation. Often when we watch people walk and just look at their feet, we can tell what's going on, the kinetic chain, all the way up to the top of the head and beyond. So yeah, and specifically with foot pain as well. So I encourage you, James, go ahead and I'll put the link down into the comments below. You can click it. We can definitely go over specifically what's causing the foot pain if you know it, and if not, no problem. I have a lot of people come in with pain and not sure what's causing it, So yeah, thanks for asking that question, James. So I am going to go ahead and say we'll sign off for now. Thank you, everyone that popped on here live. And okay, wait, let me see if I can. There we go. I did it. all the buttons to push. And again, thank you, Nedra. Thank you for taking the time to do this and to share your story and to help so many other people.
Yeah, of course. Right. I love it.
Bye, everyone.